Hey everyone, Marcello here from GameCube Galaxy. Welcome back to my game room. Alright, so it's been a little bit over a year since Matt visited my game room. So Matt, there's been a few additions in here. First off is clearly the Killer Instinct cabinet. So before it was just Simpsons. Shortly after you left actually is when I got the Killer Instinct cabinet. This is something I am so psyched to have. I loved the original Killer Instinct, and this is a cabinet I was psyched I got for a steal of a price. There's a Simpsons cabinet, still here obviously, and again, it looks really cool side by side. Huge Simpsons fan. Now, this is really cool. So yesterday I found a bin of like old toys and old figurines I had back from my childhood, and I found this Simpsons figure that is actually the color palette of the Simpsons arcade game. Totally forgot I had this. So this is like kind of like my own little drawer space for handhelds and controllers. So what I mean with that is the top shelf here is my PSP collection, as well as my two special edition PS4 controllers, the 20th anniversary PlayStation controller and the Spider-Man PS4 controller. Right here is my PSP collection. I always loved the PSP. I thought it was a fantastic handheld. So at Siege, there was a vendor there that had these cool 6th/7th gen Nintendo promo materials. And his whole table was lined with almost like a tablecloth of that generation. But he had a bag of the DS Lite that he gave me when I bought a strategy guide from him, as well as this bag here, which has the GameCube, and it was during the launch of the original DS in 2004. So, and then over here is my 3DS collection, which again is pretty sizable for what it is. So here is the Leon statue from the Resident Evil 4 Remake Collector's Edition. Typically, I kind of hold off on getting collector's editions lately just because their prices are usually out of what I want to spend on it. But I love the way this statue came out. So much so I was like, yeah, I need that for my game room. I'm going to spend the money to get this one. This was not here before. This is the Fantasy Football Trophy. Now, the people who will actually know this would be like Pac-Man Case, Retro Gaming Pandemic, the Retro Beard, actually, and Devin. More importantly, Devin, because he was the person I faced off in the final match.
The man that's editing this video.
That's right. I did a fantasy football league with these guys, and it was awesome. It was something I did not expect to ever win because I don't really know much about football. I don't follow much, and I ended up going from like 7th place in the league to being an underdog basically, and hitting basically just getting into the top spot, making it to the playoffs, getting to the final match. Then it became a final matchup between me and Devin, and we had a phenomenal final matchup. But in the end, I ended up winning, and Pac-Man Case and his wife actually got this trophy and sent it to me. I came across some of my old CDs and found the Batman Beyond soundtrack CD. This is from the actual show itself. This is something that I remember my oldest brother getting for me, and I always loved Batman Beyond. Always did. The soundtrack is phenomenal. If you guys have not paid attention to the soundtrack, really like revisit this show and listen to the soundtrack. It's on another level. It was way ahead of its time. This soundtrack CD though is rare. This is kind of hard to come across. For a CD, this goes for well over $100 last I checked. So a couple of things. So last time we were here, there was a painting here of the GameCube Galaxy logo. Now this was done by the editor himself, Devin, which was an awesome surprise for me to receive. I still love seeing this displayed personally. And then above that, I actually received a poster for Christmas that is like an evolution of the game controller. I thought this was kind of cool. I felt it fit well with the gaming aesthetic here. Moving on, this has been my new workstation over here. Basically, last year I had a computer desk that went like an L shape, and I had a TV over here with the GameCube. I got rid of that. I kind of downsized, and this has been like I said, my new workstation that I feel has been working better for me personally. So recently I modded my PlayStation 2 so that I can run everything off of a hard drive. And the Xbox just got modded where I've opened it up, modded it, and now it has everything on a hard drive as well. The main thing I want to really highlight to you and to all you viewers is this right here. So this is a custom GameCube Galaxy themed GameCube console that the Game Dungeon had created for me, and I did a video on this, and honestly this to me is like a priceless item in my game room. Lo and behold, when he was telling me what he was doing, he was getting more creative with it, and if you notice on the sides here, he drilled holes with lights to simulate stars of a galaxy. So there's one there, and then there's two on the other side. I actually have the PS3 on right now, because the PS3 to me is honestly one of my favorite consoles. Whether you guys know that or not, Well, if you did it, now you know. Before the GameCube collecting started for me again in like 2018, the PS3 was the console I had the most games for physically, because it was the console that came out when I was just about to start college and when I started having disposable income due to working and all that good stuff. So I have a library of over 200 titles physical, and then I've got well over, wait for this number, well over 500 digital titles on the PlayStation 3. That being said, yeah, PS3, one of my favorite consoles, one of my favorite games right here. This was the first game I ever got with my PS3. It is the reason I got a PS3. And
is this your original copy?
This is what, Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is the original copy I have of Ninja Gaiden Sigma that I bought at Toys R Us alongside my PS3. So, moving on into the closet that is so unorganized still to this day. No matter how many times I try to organize this, it falters. So, basically, to try to make some of my game collection fit, I try to utilize some of these these shelves here. I kind of call these more cubbies just how small they are. But I brought my Wii U games in here. It's 2 rows. And then down below, I have some of my original Xbox games. Now, some of them are here, and some of them are actually my family room because I have the Xbox One over there that has the backward compatibility with some of the titles. So the ones that have the backward compatibility, I have out there for easy access.
I got that one recently, dude.
This is one you got recently that I was very excited to see you find.
Yep.
This is my favorite one of all of them.
Rare, too.
It is. Now, more so if you could find the cards that you go with it. So,
right.
And then Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is the original one from 1994. If you grew up in the 90s, you grew up with Saturday morning cartoons, and you grew up with some badass Saturday morning cartoons, which no longer exist, sadly. Mega Man: The Complete Series. This is an awesome cartoon. If you've never watched this, you got to. It's so good. Here's a character that they don't do anything with anymore, sadly. Earthworm Jim. This is awesome. Dan Castellaneta actually does the voice of Earthworm Jim.
Nice.
So that's really, really cool. So another thing I have over here is the Spider-Man 2 DualSense controller. This is still sealed up, as you can see here. Another controller I still have sealed is actually the Zelda Skyward Sword Joy-Cons. I accidentally got a duplicate. I apparently pre-ordered it at 2 different places and forgot that I did. Instead of returning it, I'm like, well, I know these are probably going to be worth money over time if it's still in the box. So while it's not quite there yet, I know it's kind of an inevitable thing, because if it's Nintendo and it's sealed, give it 10 years and that's going to be worth bank. Again, not trying to do it for reselling purposes, but rather, again, trade bait. So this is stuff I could use to trade toward things I'm going to need in my collection that I don't have to spend more money out of my pocket for. Over here is the Mortal Kombat poster that I have mounted on a poster board. This is sweet, right? This is Mortal Kombat to me, right? This is Mortal Kombat. This, and just the character designs were on another level. They were just badass. This was actually based on Mortal Kombat 9 technically, because that was the reboot that started the franchise all over again.
Did you guys know that you can pre-order the brand new Zelda game, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, right now on the Goodiez app for $45 before tax and shipping? Well, I'm about to put my pre-order in, and let me show you how easy it is. As soon as you open the Goodiez app, right on the homepage, you should see new releases, and right under new releases, you should see The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Go ahead and tap on that. Once you've tapped on that, you will see lowest ask for $45. Tap on that. And then you will see Rare Video Games selling it for $45. Just click buy it. After you have confirmed your shipping address, it's going to tell you what your total is after shipping and taxes. And you know what? That total is way better than going to a retail store and spending $60 plus taxes, or buying it online for $60 plus taxes and shipping. The most recent game I secured a pre-order for $45 on Goodiez was Luigi's Mansion 2 HD on the Nintendo Switch, and I cannot wait to get my copy of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Shout out to Goodiez for sponsoring today's video.
Last time, this shelf here was all Switch titles, and frankly, the whole sea of red with the spines isn't really all that attractive to look at in terms of something that's eye level to me. So I actually ended up bringing up one of my favorite consoles to collect for, handhelds rather, which would be the Game Boy lineage. And I say lineage because I'm talking about Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. So as you can see here, I've laid it out where I have each generation of Game Boy pretty much, where it's the original right here, to the Game Boy Pocket, to the, technically Game Boy Color, but I put the stand here on the side, to then the Game Boy Advance, and then the Game Boy Advance SP. And over here, this is a collection I love. I have a lot of these from my childhood, to be honest. And then lately I've been getting a few more here and there that I can find for reasonable prices if possible. Now, there are a few bangers. I'm talking about high-end heavy hitters that are in my collection that I'm very happy to have. And this was back when there was no, like, they were not expensive games. They were just run-of-the-mill. You came across them, you bought them, and that was it. So, first one that I want to highlight is Castlevania Legends for the Game Boy. This is one that I picked up for $20 brand new at an EB Games. I think I actually have the receipt in here still, to be very honest. Another one that stands out to me that I have is Resident Evil Gaiden. As you guys know, this is a very pricey game, much like Castlevania Legends was. Both Castlevania Legends and Resident Evil Gaiden are games that go well over the $750 range, complete in box. The only main thing that, I mean, this is immaculate though. This is still my childhood copy. One of the games I want to highlight is actually the first Game Boy Advance game I got, which is Castlevania Circle of the Moon. And the reason why I highlight this is because while it was the first Game Boy Advance game I got, it is still to this day my favorite Game Boy Advance game to date. We have my DS collection. Now here, last time were a mishmash of 3DS games and DS games, and then like I said, I moved the 3DS games there. I felt the DS spines pop a lot more as opposed to just the white spine of the 3DS. These actually have the nice colorful spines. From Software had a franchise that made its way to the DS. So if you're a fan of Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Sekiro and my personal favorite Bloodborne, then get ready for Cookie and Cream.
Dang.
Yeah, that was actually From Software that made this.
It's the most hardcore game.
And if you don't believe me, it's right there.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so moving on, we have my N64 games. These are all the ones that are complete in box, and then I have the loose ones up above. N64, I have countless memories playing through my childhood, and for the most part, several of these are the ones from my childhood, and then I've acquired a few more over the years. Switch is a fantastic console. There's no other way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
But over time, I've been trying to kind of get rid of some of the library just because I know I've picked up a lot of filler titles that I don't need or I'm never going to play. Alright, so wrapping it up is going to be obviously my GameCube section. So I am currently 14 games away from a complete North American game set for the GameCube. Since last time, last time it was close to 400 titles I had when you were here. So I am getting very close to that finish line. And what's new is that before I only had 2 of these wall-mounted shelves to display these, and then I found 2 more on eBay last year, and I love these. Personally, I think these are a laser line back in the day. Some of the nicest shelving. It's sturdy, it's quality. So everything's alphabetical here, and then moving your way over here is just, making it's looking full. It's looking like it's almost a complete set at this point all around here. I have the amiibos in front of it that looks kind of cool. The controller is displayed with these rose-colored gaming stands. Actually, this is new right here. I was at a convention a couple months ago, and they had a Banjo-Kazooie controller holder. Got that for $20.
Dude.
And I was like, damn, I gotta get that. So displaying one of the Retro Fighters controllers there, I thought that was pretty cool.
And let's not downplay your amiibo collection, because you got an epic amiibo collection.
Oh, thank you. I thought so too until I saw how many I was still missing for the Super Smash side. And I'm like, I thought I was close. I'm like halfway. But yeah, I do love the amiibos that I have up here, and I love the display stands I've got. This particular one, the Donkey Kong display stand, is like a $200 display stand.
Dang.
I never knew. I got it as a gift from my brother.
Wow.
Because what sucks is that if I was able to get another one, I can actually build above it. It keeps going up. So recently, the Retro Beard and his lady Heather actually found this at a convention. Now, Matt, you happened to be at this convention. Because you got one too.
I did.
What con was that?
That was Game Central Station in Athens, Georgia. Really good one.
That's okay. So what's cool about this is that this is a tin hardcover with the GameCube embroidered there, but it's an F-Zero GX promo item where it was a notepad. I had never seen this before until Matt actually showed me that he acquired it, but I had no idea that I was going to be getting one myself.
Yeah, that was fun.
This is sweet. I I can't be thankful enough for getting something like this sent to me just because it goes with my GameCube collection. So then moving down below the GameCube is the PS3. This is the last section kind of highlight here. As I stated earlier, that was the collection that was the biggest until I started doing the GameCube collecting. Again, always love the console. There's so many great games on there. It is a console I'll still play today, and honestly, I still prefer over the last two iterations of the PlayStation family in a sense. So yeah, there you go. That's basically the game room all wrapped up. I hope you guys enjoyed. Guys, if you love the GameCube, I would love to see you guys check out my content. You can check me out at GameCube Galaxy. I do a variety of topic-based videos, reviews. My videos are very much episodic format. It's, you know, I try to do as high quality as possible. Matt, thank you for doing this game room tour. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to check it out and highlight some of the variety of items that are in this room for others to check out.